All right, Pitbull just pulled up to my crib. I got some lasagna in the oven. About to just walk down, say what's up to the homies, bring them upstairs, get everybody introduced, and then we're just about to eat and talk about some shit that you guys want us to talk about.
Guys about to get punked right now? We always matching, fool. We got the same shit on the game.
Is my boyfriend or something?
He landed it, dog.
Young Pookie in the middle. What's
Yeah.
up, man?
Y'all thought I worked at Cheesecake Factory.
Come on. Bro, I was tripping on the driving because we used to come here the moment.
We're in it right now, dog.
Yeah, that's okay.
I gotta work on myself.
Oh. Especially because he's going into his house.
Okay, come on. Let's go. Go inside. Go inside.
Damn!
That's how you be treating Tyson.
I know, but he wants
He's
it.
a cat, too.
Young Pookie, you about to lose all the progress you've made the last 2 years, man.
I was just about to ask you what you asked.
I heard him say, damn, and just walk away. I was like, yeah, that's full stress. What type of way, man? Straight up. That was here. Ooh, bitch. What's up? I'm over here with Pitbull Torres, brought the homies through Nate, Pookie, and Young Mookie, and Kristen, one of the homies with Aisha and her man Mike. So we just kind of got together tonight, just breaking bread with the homies, just kind of talking. Over the quarantine time, me and my girl actually started hosting all of our friends, and I'm just kind of just in the sense of breaking bread, like almost like Jesus with the disciples type shit, little super dinner type shit. So we actually would just make food, and then we started having amazing conversations, things that we thought that would be valuable for people to actually listen to what we're saying. So we came up with the idea to start a podcast and everything. She's a little shy, so she's sitting on the side getting a little bit drunk, but sooner or later she'll get a little lead in her pencil. But we have Pitt here because we just filmed the video with Rare Breed.
Check it out on YouTube.
Is
Yeah.
that YouTube? What's your YouTube?
Pitbull Torres.
Pretty simple, I guess, right?
Yep, simple. My name.
Everybody didn't know where I went. I kind of just fell off the map. Me and my girl pulled ourselves off social media. We actually went through. So I'll speak on this. This is actually one of the biggest questions we got on YouTube or on like my Instagram or like the stuff I said on my stories. What happened to Big Boy? What happened to Strength Cartel? Just that whole sense of like wanting to know. There was no one that really spoke on it. With me and my girl, we took ourselves out of like the social media spotlight because we were going to court. I had some things said about me that were lies. I actually had to go to court fight. Pitt was there for me actually when I was fighting. He would actually show up in the morning like 6 a.m. when I'd have court that day to go like fight allegations of stuff that that actually didn't happen. I actually got my kids taken away from me. I don't want to get too much into it. Got my kids taken away from me until I proved I was innocent. Then once that happened, I had supervised visitation until I was proved super innocent. Like I did, there was all like wasn't actually any truth to it. And then I got my kids custody wise. But in that sense, that's the reason why I had to shut down the gym. I was 1 mile further than what you're allowed in the state of California to have custody of your kids, any custody. So I just had to move and shut my gym down, get rid of the house that I had, and then kick it back to San Diego because I had to put my family first. I know that anybody that really watches that has a heart actually, will really vibe with that and understand that. I had to leave the spotlight, had to leave all the things we were doing. We were traveling to expos like 3 or 4 times a month, so I need to take care of my family. That's the number one thing for me. And that's basically how it just split up. I mean, me and Big stopped talking, and then that's essentially what happens. Is we kind of just like split ways. Pitt actually, another question. So I'll let you speak on this too. Is how we actually like got back into like linking up together. I had texted you like a couple months ago.
Yeah. Well, you texted me like the day I left the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
I always like, just say like good luck. I support you and stuff like that. And then, like I said, I was just busy. Like time goes on. You had all this stuff going on with your family. I was busy running my business, and then you just kind of like. I think I saw Aisha at the gym. She came through for the gains box,
games
and then we're just like, oh, we gotta link up, and just just shot a text and just talked over,
Yeah, I mean that when so most people don't know, but obviously I coached you for a little bit, and then me and Pitt actually were like really close. Like if he wasn't in the gym watching, I was in the gym watching. Like we would always just be overlapping and training together and stuff. So we actually became really fucking close. And then anytime I had to go down to court, I'd be like, hey Pitt, or like, can you go check on my dog, or can you go feed my dog, like house sit.
Oh yeah, I remember
house
that.
sit for my pup and stuff. And so we actually had a really good relationship. So that's why after the whole thing with the video stuff happened, I I'm sure people that are watching kind of know what that like little gist was. I basically apologized to Pitt, right? I told
Yeah, you
him,
pretty
like,
much said you
sorry,
accept my
I
apology.
shouldn't have done that. Like, it was kind of like out of my character to just kind of like roll with that. I'm just speaking on my behalf. I just apologized because it wasn't the right thing to do, and I was so blown away by his character, by how he actually was able to kind of just put aside the differences, because it's not easy to go through the social media aspects of like the tyranny, what people will say to you, and then having enough like pride and like ego to put your pride and ego aside, and be like, hey man, I accept your apology. Now that shit fucked with me, because like, hey man, that's how you're supposed to be as a man, right? Like,
yeah, you can't just avoid it and shit like that.
Yeah, so then he accepted my apology, and then actually Gino saw you at an event you had, and then came back to me and was like, hey yo, Pitt wants you like to do a video with everybody, just like reunion. And I was just fucking, I was like, hey man, fuck that for Pitt, like, see me on hands on him, like, and I was like, no, I'm just playing out. I fucking love Pitt, man, like, tell him to call me, like, I got a new number, tell him to call me. And then that's actually when we started talking, right? Like,
yeah, that's pretty much that's what happened. I was like, I threw everyone in a group chat, and I was like, man, we got to get the whole squad back together, and just put everyone in a group chat, and man, just picked a date, and it happened, and it was a good time. I think everyone liked it. That video's going crazy. It's got like 70 or 80,000 views. Yeah.
I just saw like.
It's only been like a week. I mean, it's been like a week.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in the game for a minute. Like, I always knew, like, when the video first post, it's like, oh man, it's overwhelmingly positive, right? Like, it's like, oh man, the first day, like, man, this is really fucking positive. And in the last couple of days, I told my girl, like, hey, don't read those messages past 3 days, because they get really fucking nasty.
Yeah, people are crazy on YouTube. People are crazy on YouTube, but it was more, I think more positive than anything. And there was lots of comments. There was like over 1,000 comments. So
I mean, just, you can't fake that. I mean, we've been doing it for so long. We've had to make so many videos with so many people that were like whatever influencers in the world of like powerlifting or fitness. And then when you walk into a gym and it's like fucking electric. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I saw Royce today, and he was like, "Bro, we gotta do that again." That was crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like
it was like that was the Holy Grail.
Felt like that in a while. Yeah, we all freaking enjoy that, man. Definitely, I think the fans are looking forward to seeing more of us together, and just the environment, everyone different, and so it was just good to see everyone in like the same roof, just doing what we do. Everyone got their own character and shit.
I mean, what I appreciated was that you had your cats that were there from the jump. So like that young Pookie Monster. Nate, like, I met Nate when he came to my gym when I owned it. So I knew how athletic he was, how gifted he was. So like when I see this group, it's like, it's so diverse. I mean, I met Mookie when he was like, what, 800 pounds? One thing they don't know about Mookie, young Mookie, the little Pookie Monster, he actually was working for a food truck.
Oh, yes, at Fit Expo.
That's how I fucking met Mookie. He brought us
I was like, remember, a homie brought me back some burritos.
Yeah, and I met him. I was like, what's for walled up like that? Like all the big ball and stuff. And then I saw when he started making those videos. I was like, is that Pookie?
That's hilarious.
With the food truck? Damn. No, but that's the thing is that, like I said, when I was even with still like up there in OC, we kept up with it. I kept up with you guys. I would see like Mookie with his journey, and like Nate, and like how that whole scene was just like kind of evolving. It was just different. You know what I'm saying?
During quarantine too, all this happened. Like, I started my business and freaking quarantine happened, and like that shit was a curveball thrown at you. You know? Yeah. Sure, you had to adjust and shit. It's crazy. I mean,
even then, I would just text you and be like, man, like, hey, congrats on all your success. Like, man, that shit, it's cool to watch you kill it. Like, not even a 5% pun right there, but but no, you guys have done like the work that people didn't want to do to like make it look and feel unique and genuine. It's like, it's refreshing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think people can relate to when things are genuine, it's easy to relate to it.
Exactly. So I put something on my story, and a lot of it was the Strength Cartel stuff. I feel like I spoke on it. Do you have anything to say about that? Like how that went down or whatever?
I mean, I think people. I mean, you can just go to the next question, or like if there's another next question that
I got a couple
brings up.
hundred messages, so there's a lot.
Just pick like, I don't know.
So let's go with the first one because it has nothing to do with Strength Cartel. So work-life balance and how you make time to maximize your strength goals. I think you're good. I think you're better at this than I am. So, how do you do that?
I don't know. I mean, it's just like priority set. Like, I know, like when I used to just train, like my whole day was like, all right, just like get my meals in and then like go to the gym, and like I wouldn't think about anything else. So now it's like when I started my business, it was like, all right, I gotta put down the back burner, and like it was like wake up in the morning while your brain's fresh. Like I had to do all my work, like ship orders out, like do stuff, like catch up on things I needed to. and then I would go train after. And like, yeah, it does take effect on your training. You're like, I don't know, you're just tired. You're mentally tired. You're physically tired. So I think like your body just adapts to anything you do. Like it sucked, and sometimes I had bad days. Sometimes I had good training days. I'd go to the gym, like I was going to like SoCal powerlifting. They had like freaking the 24-hour access. So sometimes I'd go to the gym at like 1 a.m. and then like start my gym. But you know, you just adjust. Not like I did that for a while, and I got to a point to build my company where I have like 2 people that help me like run my business on just like email marketing and like helping me come up with designs and stuff. So now actually like I'm back to focusing more of my time on training. So I feel like you get to a spot where you could balance it, and shit, you know?
I think that's what Pookie would say was consistency.
You gotta have that consistency. And if you truly love it, it's like, it's gonna be there. Like so many people like fall off this. Like, how are you so motivated? It's like, not every day you're fucking motivated. But if you truly love this shit, like, you're gonna lift and like, I don't know, like, I mean, if you like to lift heavy type stuff, you know, obviously you're trying to look good. It's like, it's different, but it's like, it's just a passion, so it comes easy, you know?
I feel like when I have my kids, that's when I had to prioritize differently. It was like, I realized how unimportant lifting was, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
like,
can imagine that, because I mean, I don't have no kids, so I see what you're saying, like, because a business for me was like more like, I started thinking about my money in the future, because as you're young, you're like, yeah, I'll survive off the bare minimum, like, I'm not tripping. But then after I was like, fuck, I'm 25, like, where am I going to be in 10, I was like 10, 15 years, like, where am I going to do when I'm older? Like, you start thinking like that, so. Yeah, especially with kids too, you got to be like, that's so much different. You got to start thinking.
Weird. Like, I actually didn't hit my 2,000 pound total till after my daughter was born. It's because they
say if you have a baby, people be getting stronger. Like all these powerlifters, that's crazy.
My girl looking at me like, no. But that's I felt like I stopped taking it as seriously, and so I stopped overthinking what I was doing. Like, cause you know, when you're coming to the bar, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get all fucking tight. I'm gonna get all tight.
Yeah.
And then like, you end up actually really hindering yourself.
Oh, well, you think way too much? Hell yeah.
When I teach the deadlift, I teach about how you relaxing your shoulders and all shit like that. Like, you just got some head, like, oh shit, I'm fucking nice and loosey goosey. And then like, that's when you pull your levers are fucking prime like that.
When you're overthinking, that's like the worst like type of athlete when they think, you know. The best people just do it.
I was like 7,000 times. Like,
yeah,
just
I
kept
remember
failing,
that. Yeah, it was all mental.
Yeah, and then once I got my kid, I was just like, man, if I fail this shit, bro, I'm still going on my kids. Like, I still got people that love me. So it's like, fuck it. And I just walk
nothing
up,
to lose.
I've done this before, and I would just go and act like I did it before, and then I finally did that shit.
Damn, yeah.
So that's actually to this day, me and my girl watched that video. Like, that is by far our favorite video. You know, when like after we're doing Generation Iron 2 or something like that, the show.
Yeah. What gym were we at? CTs?
CTs. And then we all got hyped, freaking jumping up, like slapping hands and shit.
Yeah, I think I hit 700 for a double that day. I almost hit 300. I mean, 3 reps. I couldn't get the lockout. I remember that.
That shit was that to me was a monumental day. That's the day. I don't like filming things, huh? Like, I don't like filming nothing. I'm like, man, this is stupid. Like, why we fucking put your camera down, be in the moment, like, you know, say some stupid shit like that. Like Goose Frabo, like, fucking do some like zen shit, live in your moments, and then like later she's like, hey, look, remember this? And it's like, damn, that was tight. Thank you for recording that.
You gotta have document, man. It's dope to look back, but it isn't always just set up and shit.
Alright, so let's go. There's a Japanese question, so I don't speak Japanese. Nate, do you speak Japanese? You don't read it?
Damn,
that shit really
I know, I see that shit.
Konnichiwa.
So I saw a question, actually, I don't know if I'm going to be scrolling all the way through this. It was about how you start your brand. Like, I think the question was, if I want to start a brand, how do you start a brand? And like, do you have to do it a certain way? Or is it like one size fits all, or like whatever? Like, how, in your words, how would you like start your company in the best way possible?
I mean, I just like, obviously I think the thing, like people say the hardest thing is to do is just start it.
Yeah. You
know, but like you gotta have a vision. You can't just be like, I want to do something, so I'm gonna start it. And like, and I feel like a lot of people have that mindset of like, it's okay to fail, because then, I mean, like they said, the best business people fail, and then they have another thing, and they keep on failing. But to me, it's like, that's like you're saying, if you have a mindset of like having, it's like the same thing, having a plan B. Like, why are you thinking like that? You're already setting yourself up to fail. Like, have that. No, don't have a plan B. Like, go on with that plan A and stick to that until that shit fucking works. Because
overly invested in it.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people like Nip would always say, I only fucking succeeded because he never quit. You know, in music, you know, he was just like same thing. Like there's and even all these rappers, there's so many people like they just believe in themselves so much and they're so freaking retarded, and they're just like get famous and get crazy big, get all this money, and it's just like at the end of the day just believe in themselves because no one else is gonna believe them. So if you want to start something, do it, but you gotta have a vision for it. You can't just be like, I want to do something, and then you like fucking do it, and then you're like, I don't know what. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, it's okay if I fail. I can start something else. It's like you're always gonna have that mindset of like it's okay to fail type. When it is okay to fail, like you gotta fail, but and then too like.
You should look at little Jason.
Bro, it's perfect example. I tell these folks because they're like they're growing their Instagram, and I'm just like, bro, that's a perfect example. That kid was a little like dweeb, little small kid, no following, but tried hard, consistent, was in the gym, making YouTube videos, skits. He was awkward. He couldn't even like have a normal conversation, and this fool's making skits. Like, fool, you're not funny. You can't even talk.
3 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah, he's like 3 million followers on TikTok. He's like, I feel like when he talks in person, he's way more normal and stuff. So that's dope to see. But that just shows like nothing's overnight. It takes time.
I think
to do
what
all
you
that
said,
stuff.
because we were all talking before we did this, right? And then so we're eating dinner and just talking about like Pitt was saying he wasn't the best business person. He watched this person do it, and then he figured out what he liked about it. Then he like changed it a little bit to fit him, and then saw another person do it, and then whatever they did wrong, whatever they did right, take his notes. Like, okay, that's a positive thing, that's a negative thing. I won't do it like that. I think that's like with anything, right? Like
anything. Like I'm sure when you went to college and you played football, and how the trainers trained you, you learned how to like. You're like, oh, I got trained like that. So then when you train your athletes, you're gonna train like that, but then even better because you learn stuff that they probably didn't learn, and you just go on that like about life. That's like legit about life.
100%.
For sure.
I think, and then what I think you said earlier was important too. That like you said that you built a brand, and then so you spent the last 5-6 years building yourself up.
Yeah, I didn't sell nothing. I just built my name. Like it was just genuine. I just post what I want on my Instagram, like my lifting. Like a lot of the stuff is just like me lifting weights and just saying what I do. And then I'll post like. I try to push more lifestyle, but like I feel like I'm a pretty private person. I don't try to like just post a lot of stuff. Like I live in the moment. Like I don't want unless I'm paying someone. Hey, follow me with the camera. They're gonna see everything. But for the most part, I like to live in the moment and like not have to record everything and do all that. But I mean, it's dope to do that because it's monetizing. It's smart. It's like you have to monetize stuff, and it's always good to monetize.
I appreciated one time we were talking at the shoe, and then you said. Because I always asked you, remember, I was like, have you ever looked at your analytics? Like, what time is the best times you think that you can, like, post to get more engagement?
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Like, I just post that shit, dude. Like, I'm not going to look at my analytics or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, literally, you're doing that shit for
honestly, like, I've been so bad with my posting. Like, I used to, when I was on Strength Cartel, I had, like, I got to post every day. And I feel like there's people at the gym to post. But now I'm at my gym. There's really, like, it's just us working out. So, like I said, I live in the moment. I'm not going to be like, he's spotting me. How is someone else going to record me? Like, it's just like, we have a tripod, so I put my phone in there and try to get the perfect angle. It just, to me, it kills the vibe. Right. So, like, that's why I like just, like, if I'm going to record something, I'm going to pay someone, and they're going to do it, and I just can do my own thing and zone out.
I think there's, like, a liberation that comes with that, because when you're looking at it, and you're like, okay, well, I have to set my camera up today. That means I have to do something that outdo myself last time, right? So now you're Instagram lifting. You're not putting work in, homie. You're just like, I'm gonna do one high fucking intensity. I'm not gonna be on no program, no linear progression, no nothing. Like, fuck all that stupid shit, you know what I mean? And then now you're like, I don't care what the camera's on. I'm doing my work sets today. It's kind of boring. I don't give a fuck. I'm putting the work in, like, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of maturity to do it that way.
Yeah.
Because we were back in the day, deadlift video after deadlift video. My back was
maxing out, always maxing out. I maxed out for years, dog. Every time I would bench, I'd do 4 or 5. Yeah. I benched 4 or 5 since I was 18, dog. Yeah. Like, I've been fucking doing that shit, fucking like, max out. But yeah, you live and you learn, and you train smarter and stuff like that. But
there was one time, I don't even know what it was. It was we filmed a video at Kratos, like a deadlift video, like one of those fucking max effort deadlift videos again. I woke up in the morning. I couldn't move, bro. I had to crawl to the bathroom, and then I snuggled myself up in a warm bath, and then it finally released my back so I could walk that day. For real, not even kidding. I crawled to the bathroom like an army, like fucking infantry guy, and I crawled my ass into a tub. Like, that's how many times we did deadlift videos, wow, after another, every week.
Maxing out. That's crazy. What's
another question is. Okay, so couple questions. Will you ever compete again in powerlifting? A lot of the core SC fans base. We're following the group, growth of the group in the sport. What is your favorite lift you have ever done? Milestones or whatever. There's a lot of questions. What goals do you have outside of lifting, family related? That's a good question though. You wanna go for it? Read that shit again. That was a long ass question.
Yeah, that's long.
So when's the next time you compete? If you ever want to.
I definitely compete, but just like just gotta get healthy. Like I mean, I always tell people, there's no point in competing to like get a trophy. You're just like, you know, we only compete to get like world records and stuff like that. So that takes time and a lot of freaking prep and a lot of dedication. So it's just like, it's timing. To me, it's all timing. Everything happens for a reason. Like I've been doing this shit for a long time. I thought I was gonna be the best in the world when I was like fucking 21, but it's like shit. The way life works throws curveballs at you, and that's why I say you just can't stop, because like everyone's fucking success fucking like mountain is different, you know.
Yeah,
like you might fucking be going straight forever, but then eventually it'll go up. So
yeah, I think that quote is saying, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. Something like that, just something like that.
Yeah, or it's like that little meme where it's like that guy picking through like the underground, and there's like gold, and he's like so close to like getting there, and it's just like if you quit, like you were that close, and then you gotta go all the way back, like shit like that. That's the way I think of life.
I think that's important to say, is that like shaping your life with water, like how Bruce Lee or like Jet Li would say. I'm saying like water shapes the cup. Like your life is gonna be all fucked up, so now you gotta shape with that shit.
Yeah.
Gotta roll with the punches.
What was the other question on that one?
So is will you ever compete in powerlifting? What is your favorite lift that you've ever done?
Fuck. I don't know. I think probably recently I pulled that 765 at the grand opening, so probably that one.
I had to sit there and count the plates. Did he really just pull that?
8 plates, huh?
Like damn.
That was a huge PR for me. I don't get those type of PRs. That was like a 45-pound PR.
Yeah, that was a huge PR.
And I wasn't even like squatting heavy consistently. I wasn't training consistently. It was just like, I don't know.
No, that shit was bad. I think everybody has those 1 or 2 lifts in their life that like,
yeah.
It's like, oh dude, that was
like, I had no idea.
Seriously,
Seriously, my ass was so tight. I didn't deadlift for a long time. I was getting my glutes worked on. The most I touched was 600, and I did 10 reps. But like, that doesn't equivalent to freaking 765.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing 600 for 10.
Or anything like that. It's crazy. That's why everyone's so surprised when you did that shit.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But yeah, no, mine was like the 800-pound deadlift. Like we just talked about that even before reading this question.
Yeah.
Just like, it wasn't even the lift itself. It was the camaraderie behind the celebration, the genuine smiles of being happy in that moment with everybody. That, man, I missed that shit, because then when we did the rare breed video last week, that's how it felt.
That's what it felt like, yeah.
And that's why it was so electric, and why it was
I
so
forgot, like I said, like it's cool. Just like Bruce is so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like I forget how crazy he gets and stuff like that. So like, I just miss everyone's different energies and stuff like that.
Yeah,
even today when I worked out, it would have been dope if you were there, but with like Tiny and Tough and you know, RJ and just like these fools, it's just like different. You get us like in a different. I think us getting out of our gym was like pretty good, because I felt like we had more energy. Because when we go to the same spot every day, it's like fuck. It's like a little bit overplayed and stuff.
Hey, that's not even like a knock on anybody's crew. It's just like when you have that little bit of intrinsic like or external energy that comes in, it causes reactions.
Yeah, we was like, is the weight lighter over here?
Yeah,
like, remember? We were tripping, like,
when the energy is
it felt like, I think the weight is lighter. That was funny.
Yeah. Alright, so the next one is, what goals do you have outside of lifting, family related, or so on? You gotta have little other Pitbulls?
I know, that's eventually. I'm too young, for I want to be like 30 or something, dog. At least 30,
comes like a pile of bricks, like, guess who's coming?
Shit, dog. I already have a puppy. That fool's enough, dog.
He said a puppy.
That fool's 8 months. He's enough, bro.
You're on the way to fatherhood.
It's a lot, but yeah, I mean, goals just like obviously just grow the brand, dog. That's like my biggest priority and stuff like that. But yeah, that's probably my family. That's later.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, I like kids.
Hell yeah. No, you're good with my kids. Shit.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, with me, it's always gonna be a better father. I mean, I'm a huge, like, I've been mentoring people since I was younger. And being a father is everything to me. So, like, doing that whole thing, and then like just.
Yeah, especially because your pops wasn't there, huh? Because you're military, right? He was in the military a lot and shit.
So like,
I feel you.
I always looked at it like every life lesson I ever had in my life was from a barbell.
Yeah.
A barbell or a football coach.
Same with me. I didn't have. I mean, like my pops worked Monday every day besides Sunday, and so Sunday was a fun day. But it was just like, yeah, the coaches and lifting. It's crazy. That's why when I talk to people, I don't even feel like I just like when people look up to me, I'm like, well, why are you looking up to me?
I thought you said I'm a slut.
No.
I
might just say like, no, I'm just like nobody. I just feel like a nobody because people look up to me. Like I had a client this morning. He was just like, yeah, man, I just want to talk to you about maybe like you want to like mentor me and do like a bulk program, and then we could do like a shred. And like just the way you're talking to me, I'm like, damn, you're really serious right now. You really, yeah, like you really like what the hell? I was like, I'm just like, damn, like what did I do? No, but I think that's important. People need like I didn't have a mentor in my like growing up. I never had someone like, hey, do this. I had like family, like my uncles. Like, hey, do this. Like, they were like, mid-20s telling me to play football and stuff like that. But I didn't have anyone to be like, go train here, go do this. Like, you should do that. And I feel like everyone needs that. Like, you need that type of father. Like, a girl needs a girl, and then a guy needs a guy type shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's almost the sense of the brand, the Rare Breed brand. It's like, you're cut from a different cloth, basically.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to see. I want everyone to be like their own little niche of Rare Breed. Like, not everyone needs to be a huge, crazy, strong power lifter. Like, that's why when I started my brand, like, I was like, I'm already that person. Like, that's why I got like Mookie, because I was like, bro, it'd be dope. Mookie could motivate all the overweight people, and fucking everyone's overweight, so that's a huge ass market. And I think that's why the story took off, because there's so many overweight people. And then Nate is more like a athletic dude, but like still like you can do everything, like not like so like over powerlifting, over body, but it's like a hybrid. Just kind of wants to be able to do whatever he wants. Like more of like if I was not competing, I would want to look like Nate and be flat stomach, feeling good. Like I want to be all fucking like
me too.
Big, no neck and shit. Feeling
all fluffy and shit, waking up snoring, sleep apnea.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like I think everyone's got their own niche, and like eventually like people ask me if like I want to like sponsor other athletes, but it's like to me it's like it doesn't make the brand is genuine when you start like getting ambassadors and just like giving, you get a free t-shirt, share my shit out, you get a free t-shirt. Like it to me like waters it down, like even though you don't make hella money, it's just like it just doesn't look as genuine. It gets played out.
Yeah, I think that's when in my mind what it was the most beneficial thing from Strength Cartel was like we weren't always the strongest, the fastest. We damn sure weren't the prettiest ones. So like, it's something about the camaraderie and like the group and having the diversity.
That's how 5% when I was with Rich Piana, there was a good solid amount of dudes, and then he started like getting everyone ambassadors, and then boom, everyone started not liking the company because it was just like it washed out. Everyone could be a 5%er, and then like same thing. I don't want everyone to be like, oh, you're a Ray Ray athlete. Like, what do you do, dog? You're like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, eventually like people just come to me, and not come to me, but like it's not like I saw in like Nate. Well, he just hit me up when quarantine because he was from, visiting from Vegas, and I was just like, yeah, fool, like come over, and we just like, vibed well. It wasn't like, oh, this fool has this many followers, like let me sponsor him, or he's a good looking guy, like, or he could sell he could sell shit for me, like It was just like genuine, like, oh, dog, it's kind of like how when we worked out like at the gym, it was just also like. It was just like you don't know these fools, but it was just like it flowed well, and so like now it's just like kind of like you could just keep it up and keep on going because people like seeing that shit, like this natural shit instead of like.
I think it's like basically like faking the funk of like the Instagram stuff. People always act like they have a good relationship. People like when you actually are in that moment and like you're actually like lifting. Yeah. You're seeing who really wants you to win.
Or some people are just jealous and envy. Like I know people are just like, oh, like I want to do like just like. I could do more. Like, I mean, there's a friendly competition where I'm trying to lift as much as you, but but there's not like where it's like bad blood type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like one of those things like protecting your energy type thing. You've done a really good job of that. Because everybody's like, when you come out and you're on your own, like singular, and like you've got like a little farm behind you, everyone's throwing everything at you, right?
Everyone,
money, hey, you should do your own thing, man. Like,
for sure, man. You could make the dumbest decisions for sure. Like, gotta be smart, take your time.
So let's just do one more. There's so many questions. I feel like a dick for not answering all of them, but let's go through one I want to take forever. This one's, instead of looking back to what happened in the past, what's in store for the future? There's a lot of energy and excitement out there after seeing you guys back together again. What can we expect moving forward? I think that's the perfect question to end on.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was talking about right now. Like, you know, I feel like I was wondering, like, I was like, what do you guys call yourself? It's like we don't even need to have like a name. It's just like people.
Like the Avengers and shit.
The Avengers. It's just more like when we get together, like people know what's gonna happen.
Right.
Like
100%.
that's what it's about, and it's like I don't even like. It's just I feel like people could just. I mean, like you said, we should be on like a once a week thing.
Yeah,
but
100%.
especially with just me, you, and Gino. Bruce is a little bit different with the wrestling and stuff like that, but
He sucks.
it's harder for him to get out. But definitely we've seen more, and like I talked about like the training and stuff, like just actually like because when I came out with my stuff too, like YouTube is so played out with like a lot of motivating stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting more like in with the like technique stuff and training, giving out like good information, but like keeping motivation not like so like hands on like technique, because you're not like like make too instructional, because those instructional videos are boring. People want to see you lift big weights and people want to know little trips and like, stuff like that. So just touching base like on that, but that thing just getting all of us in the same group like that again is just gonna like it'll create its own thing. It's gonna make its own. Right. It's gonna make its own like camaraderie of its own emotions and all that shit, and then like who knows, people want to be like, shit, we want all you guys together to come out over here and lift and shit, you know?
So definitely, like everyone could expect that we're going to be doing at least 1 or 2 videos a week.
Yeah, definitely.
Gino will hop in, Bruce will hop in. It's never really been about money with all of us. Like, we did a lot of things for no money for a long time. It's about, like, the energy, about protecting that camaraderie and having something that can be a desire in a sense of wanting others to do better, right?
Yeah.
So like, man, I want to be just like that group. I'm gonna go work out now because like I didn't want to before, but after I watched how much they love the weights and loved each other, like I want to go lift now. That's what it's about for me at least. Like just really inspiring others to want to do better than what they did yesterday. I think that's an important concept. So I think that we can definitely say that I support Rare Breed 100%. I'm backing him like with anything. He was always there for me, and I might have slipped up when I made that video and like said the shit I did, which I still regret, but like I back him 100% now. Like it's just what it is, because he was there for me when I needed him. You know what I'm saying? 6 a.m. he was there watching my dog. He was there. Like and it's more like anything else than business. It's more a concept of my principles, which I kind of backtracked back then on, but that's something I've meditated on. That's something I've come to terms with, and just try and change about myself. But, no, I think that we can very confidently say that we're gonna be making a thing of this, and we're gonna involve everyone that it protects that energy for us. And I think the sky's the limit because we have no cap.
Yeah, definitely, really man, bro. Just like you said, it's a good people, genuine. It's easy, it's natural. You don't gotta make things happen. We'll come together, make some food again, hit some weights and. Get it all on camera for you guys, because dog, some people were like, this is what got me like lifting again, and like this what motivated me in the beginning, and it kind of stopped. So it's dope to just give the people what they want, bro. You gotta just at the end of the day give people what they want and stuff like that. Not every day we get to like max out and like do crazy stuff like that. So
I mean, it's been so long since we did an expo, right? So like we haven't sat there and listened to stories as much, and you kind of forget.
Yeah, it's actually important for a lot of people.
So, and I appreciate Pitt coming through, Nate. Young Pookie, Mike, Kristen, my girl in here. I mean, this has been a long time coming for a lot of us to mend the bridge. For me to start my own like little podcast thing, whatever video podcast, because we have a lot to say, we have a lot to talk about. So yeah, we'll conclude it like that. We appreciate everybody kind of tuning in, kind of like messaging all of us, wanting to know what happened with us. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot to us to want to know like how we're doing it, or where we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So thank you again for all the support, all the love that we've received over the last like 6 years.
Damn, yeah.
Thank you for like just walking with us, and then we'll hopefully put out some quality content for you guys to want to do better in your guys' life. So appreciate you.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me, Chris.
Hell yeah.
Cool.